Well, hello there and good morning. Teacher Roy here. Today is Tuesday, May 5th. Remember to always please write down the date on your books. Now, today I have a special assistant. Hello, Shiloh. How are you doing today, sweetie? You doing fine? Say hello to everyone. Yes, I know. She's the biggest doggy we have at home. Right, Shiloh? Hi, sweetie. All right. Today we're going to be working with STEAM and think tank, like I said. We're going to be doing a STEAM project, and we're going to be doing also mental calculation. Her sister wants to say hi too. Oh, sorry, sweetie. She always cries for whatever. She loves attention, as you can see. That's why she cries all the time. Um, so we're going to be working with STEAM and think tank. Now, for STEAM, hi, Salim. For STEAM, we're going to be working with natural resources. How to get natural resources out. We're going to be working with an idea of groundwater. And think tank, well, you already know how to do mental calculation. Now, before we continue with all this stuff, yesterday was May the 4th, so I hope that all my Star Wars fans out there, my little kids of 6th grade, I hope you enjoyed May the 4th. If you're not a Star Wars fan, it's okay. Don't worry about it. If you want to give it a try, that would be awesome. I'm quite sure you're gonna enjoy it. And if not, well, having a little bit of culture, extra culture, is not going to affect you. Star Wars is part of the pop culture, so it would be a good idea to have a little extra of information about this. Now, before we start, first things first. What's up? I hope you're doing fine. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're staying safe at home. Today, for the experiment, before we start with this, I don't need you to go outside to buy things for the experiment. That's not the idea. I don't want mom or dad to go outside. I don't want you to tell them, hey, mom, I need this, I need that. No. If you want to do the experiment, you have to do it with the materials that you have at home. Nothing of going out to buy stuff. No. Remember, the idea is that we stay at home, we stay safe. Okay? Um, so let's get down to business. Let me share my screen with you. And oh, it opened something that is not. Yeah, oh, here we go. Page 142 to page 144. Those are the pages that we're going to be working with today. Let me move my screen a little bit more so I can see you perfect. There we go. Excellent. So page 142, it says create well bucket. Check it out. Working teams, no, we're not gonna do teamwork. You're gonna do it by yourself. Mom or dad, whoever is with you, can help you, sure, if they have time. If not, you're a 6th grader. You can do it by yourself without problems. Create and test a well bucket. It says, you have learned that the groundwater is an important natural resource. Humans have used wells to get groundwater for thousands of years. Wells is that hole that they create on the soil on Earth to find water, and then they pull down a rope. They move down the rope with a bucket to get the water, and then they pull it up, and the bucket goes up with the water, and they use it to take out the water out from the well. That is what you're going to be creating today. Now, in this unit, you have learned that natural resources are extremely important, and those are not the ones that can regenerate, okay? We cannot have them back once they are over. That's why we need to think of ways to not contaminate and destroy our Earth, because we are going to end without natural resources. For example, Sweden yesterday has closed down the last contaminating industry that they had in there. They had a lot of industries like every other country in the world, but they are deciding to be like, you know what? We're going to be using clean energy. No more contamination, no more industries that contaminate our rivers, our lakes, our forests. No, no more. And they closed it. They closed the last one yesterday, and now they're going to be using completely clean energy for all the country. That is amazing. I wish that one day Mexico is able to do that. Maybe you kids are going to be the reason that that happens. Remember that the future of our country is not in my hands, your mom or dad's hands. It's in your hands. You are the generation that is going to create the change. So it's up to you to make this world better. Okay? That's why I have to teach you all this stuff so you can think of ways to make this world a better place. Now, natural resources, we're going to be working with a well. Boom, boom, boom. Problem that we're going to have. How can you get the most water out of a well? How can you get a lot of water out of a well without contaminating the well? Parameters of your experiment, of your project. One, your bucket, the bucket that you're going to be using to take the water out, must be less than 10 centimeters wide. What does it mean? A cup, a plastic cup, or a cup for drinking coffee, it has to be that size. It cannot be bigger. Can it be smaller? Sure, but it cannot be bigger. And I don't think you want it smaller because the idea is that you get the most water out of the well. Here you have the image of how it has to look like. You need to actually have a bigger bucket down with the water, and then you have to use your plastic cup or a cup, normal cup for coffee, with a string, with a rope, to pull it all the way down, get the water, and pull it all the way up. The idea is that your cup cannot be touched. You cannot touch the cup. You cannot contaminate the water. So you have to think of a way to get this natural resource out without contaminating it. Number two, you must be able to lower your bucket 1 meter. It has to be at least 1 meter tall. You have to lower your bucket at least 1 meter all the way down to get the water, and then all the way up to get the water out of the bucket, out of the well. 3, your bucket must scoop out water without you directly touching it. You cannot touch it. It has to be done all by the plastic cup or just the normal cup. You cannot touch it. You need to figure out how to get the water and then pull it up. I have ideas, but I'm not going to tell you. You have to use your brain. Possible materials. Possible material doesn't mean that you have to use those materials. If you don't have them at home, you can think of other materials that you can use. Okay? Here, before we start with the experiment, you have two options. Option one, you can actually do the experiment and have fun. And if you don't have the materials, then you have option two. Imagine the process. Being honest with you, I don't like option two. But I know that some of you maybe are alone at home. Maybe mom or dad has to go out to work. Maybe they're busy doing other stuff. And maybe you don't have the materials. So you can imagine the whole process. You're going to lose this part of having fun and using your imagination and creativity to create a solution for this. But it's okay. Okay, so it's not going to affect as long as you work with it. But I would love if you're able to do the experiment. Possible materials. You could use straws, plastic cups, scissors, balloons, tape, popsicle sticks, staples, construction paper, ruler, string, measuring cup, meter stick, glue, cartoon boxes, whatever you want. For example, my idea would be, okay, I need a big bucket to have the water. I need a cup with a handle. I would love to grab a cup with a handle, just, the normal cup to drink coffee. I would use string, and that would be it. That's my idea. Maybe some of you are already thinking like me. Maybe some of you are already like, oh, I think I know what Teacher Roy wants to do. How can I get the water without grabbing it, without touching the cup? Oh, that's why he wants the handle, because he is going to do that. Oh, okay, okay. Maybe you're already thinking like me. Maybe not. We'll see about it. Let's continue. Now, rock your brain. It says, work as a team. Hell no, you're going to do it by yourself. Work by yourself. Identify the problem you are solving and think of 3 ways to solve this problem. What is the problem? How can I get the water out without touching the cup? I cannot touch the cup. If I touch the cup, the experiment is over. You are not allowed to touch the cup. So how are you going to get the water out without touching the cup? That is a problem. Think of 3 solutions. I already thought my best solution, but I have to draw here. And here I don't want you to write it. I want you to draw it. Okay, how am I going to design my well? How am I going to work with it? Okay, maybe I just draw the cup in here and the rope and that's it. But then how it's going to get the water out? I'm not sure. Okay, maybe in this one, I draw a cup with a handle, like I said, and I grab it with the rope in here, and I grab another part of the rope in the handle, and then it can go down, and I push it up, and okay, that sounds better. Solution 3, I don't know, I can maybe, actually, instead of 1 cup, I can do 2 cups or 3 cups and get a lot of water together. I put them all together, I wrap it with a rope, and I go down, and then I pull a lot of water instead of just 1 cup. Use your imagination, use your creativity. It's not what they tell you only here. They're asking you to get a lot of water out without touching the cup. They're not telling you use 1 only cup. They're not telling you use a cup without handle. You can use a cup with handle. They're not telling you, oh, you cannot create a system where you can have a lot of cups together with the handles and then you pull them down. No, use your imagination. I need you to be creative. You're 6th graders. You can do it. Sadly, like I said, I'm not there with you. I'm gonna program another experiment. I'm gonna ask you the materials with time, and we're gonna do them together in a live session, okay? That would be great. Now let's continue. After you wrote down the problem and you thought of 3 solutions, we have to go to page 143. Create it, envision it. Pick a design. Pick one of the 3 designs that you just did above, okay? And then draw the picture of how your well is going to look like. And then after you draw the design that you chose, you're going to write the materials that you're going to use to create it. So page 143, it's the design that you're going to be using and the materials that you're going to be using to create it. After that, you have to create it. And now here it says, test it. Remember that your cup needs to go down 1 meter to grab the water and then 1 meter up again so you can get the water. Now, wait for your teacher to call on your team to test your bucket. Sadly, I'm not there. You have to do it by yourself. The well is a bucket filled with 3 or 4 liters of water. You already know that you need to have a bigger bucket with water, and then it has to go all the way down 1 meter. Lower your bucket into the well, have your bucket scoop as much water as possible, then you pull it up, you rise it up. And then using a measuring cup, measure the amount of water scooped up. You have to measure how much water you got in the cup and then how much water you have out, okay? Now in here, is your bucket less than 10 centimeters wide? Is your container where your water is out less than 10 centimeters wide? Yes or no? Tick it. Can your bucket be lowered and raised 1 meter? Yes or no? Tick it. Does your bucket scoop out water without you directly touching it? Yes or no? Tick it. How much water does your bucket scoop up? You have to write how much water. Oh, it scooped up 5 centimeters of water. That's good. Oh, it scooped up 3 ounces of water. You choose if you're going to measure it with a ruler or if you're going to be using a measuring cup. Okay, 3 milliliters. Okay, that's not a lot. 20 milliliters. Okay, a tiny bit. Okay, you can choose, but you have to measure how much water you got out. Okay, if you answer no to any of the questions, you need to redesign your project. You need to redo it because then you're not doing what they're asking you and the project is not done correctly. After you do that, you have to go to the self-assessment part. How is this project related to non-renewable resources? How is it related? Non-renewable resources are the resources that are not able to be regenerated. Once they're over forever. How would you change your bucket to pick up more water? What would you change? What would you make different for it to get more water? And how do you feel working with your team? In this case, you don't have a team. So I guess you're going to choose yay, or maybe this one because you would love to be with your team. Who knows? It's up to you. So this is all the work for STEAM. Let's go to think tank. Think tank, it's mental calculation. You have to do the 10 operations. You already know, mom, dad, whoever is with you has to write down in a piece of paper the operation with their result, and then they're going to dictate the 10 operations. Basic mathematics, you already know subtraction, addition, division, multiplication, that's it. And you're not allowed to write anything, just the result on the lines. After the 10 results are written down, mom or dad, whoever is with you, they're going to check if the result is correct, and that's it. That's all you have to do for mental calculation. Remember, you cannot write out anything, just the result, because all the process goes in here. Let's summarize the work of today. Today, you work with STEAM, pages 142 to page 144, and you were doing a STEAM project, working with groundwater and how to get the most water out of a well without touching, without contaminating it. You had to design your own well and your own cup to work properly to scoop water without touching it and get the most water out of it. Once you design it, you choose the last design, the materials you're going to need, and then you test it out. Remember, it has to go down 1 meter and then rise up again 1 meter to get the water out. Once you do that, you need to see if you get a lot of water or not, if you touch it or not, if it is going down and rising up 1 meter or not. And that's it. We're doing this because groundwater is a natural resource, but at the same time, it is a non-renewable resource. Once it is over, it's over. So we need to take care of it. We need to not contaminate it. All right? That's what you did in STEM. Now, for think tank, we did mental calculation. 10 operations with basic mathematics, subtraction, addition, division, multiplication. And you are not able to write anything, just the result, because every process, all the process is here in your brain. Mom and dad are going to check the results only, and that's all the work for today. Remember that you have any doubts, any complications, you can get online into the live sessions in Zoom. Let me stop sharing my screen with you because that's all the work for today. The live sessions in Zoom are not obligatory. If mom, dad, whoever is with you is afraid, is scared that your security, your safety is gonna be endangered because of this, don't worry. You don't have to go into the live session. It is optional. If you don't have doubts or questions and just want to say hi, you can still get into the live session and say hi to me. It's no more than 30 minutes, okay? Maybe you can just relax, have fun in there for 30 minutes. It's perfect for me. I have no problems. But yeah, we're not using the Algebraics chat. We're gonna be using the live sessions in Zoom to answer questions. We're gonna still use the same schedule. Mondays and Wednesdays from 10:30 to 11 a.m. exclusively for you sixth graders, okay? So live sessions every day, Monday and Wednesdays. In the morning, I'm gonna send the link. You just click on the link like the last time, get online, and I'm gonna answer your questions and doubts right there. If you don't have any questions and doubts, you can still get online to say hi, and it's not a problem at all, okay? Again, it's not obligatory. If you want to do it, you can do it. If you don't want to do it, no problem at all, okay? It's fine. That's all the work for today, kids. I hope and I wish that you're able to do the experiment. What I want to see as the evidence of the work of today, the pictures of mental calculation, the photo, and for STEAM, I need two things. I need the work, the written work, the design that you did, all the process of the experiment, and I need to see that you actually did the project, if you're able to do it. If you're able to do the project, if you're able to do the well, I need to see photos of the well and how you are working with it. Besides the written information in the book. If you're not able to do the project because you don't have the materials, then I only need the written information in the book. But if you did the project, I need to see photos or a small video of you working with the well. Yes, you can send small videos, short videos in Algebraics. You're able to do it. It's not gonna be a video of 10 minutes, probably a video less than a minute, so you can send it over, okay? If not, just a photo. Don't worry about it. That's all the work for today. That's all what we need to do today. I hope that you're able to do it, and I'll see you tomorrow, kids. Teacher Roy signs out. I love you all. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye, kids.